Kapag may tiyaga, may bike na makukuha. That's the lesson behind the story of 86-year-old Tatay Carlos Samonte, a former driver turned candy vendor in Makati. He used to bike from his house in Pasay all the way to Makati to peddle candies, but someone stole his bike in 2016, forcing Tatay Carlos to start commuting instead. But that option became impossible once the COVID-19 pandemic hit the country. So Tatay Carlos spent hours every day walking from Pasay to Makati and back, so he could still even though his kids can fend for him, Tatay Carlos prefers to have his own source of income.
Kasi kaya naman po namin, may trabaho naman po kami. Ayaw daw niya doon sa bahay kasi nabuburyo siya. Gusto daw niya maggala-gala, nakasanayan na po daw niya kasi.
On his daily trips, Tatay Carlos regularly stops at this bike shop in Pasay to haggle for a junior mountain bike. It's being sold for 4,800 pesos, but Tatay Carlos had only saved up 2,000 pesos. The shop owner says the old man tried to strike a deal for the bike every day for 2 weeks.
Nakita kami na display. Tinatanong ko halaga mataas. Ang pera ko dalawa lang. Katasan ako mag-ano sa Makati, meron din 4,000. Kaya dito na, walang pera ko, babalik ko na ako.
In the end, Tatay Carlos was able to persuade the shop owner and his kids to give him a discounted price for the bike. How big of a discount did he get? Well, a whopping 100%. Yup, he got it for free.
Nung makita ko siya, para kung naawa. Ngayon, parang nung tinatawad niya ng 2,000. Sabi ko, sige. Yung ilinabas niya, nung kinukuha ko na, ibinalik ko sa kanya. Sabi ko, Tatang, regalo na namin ito sa iyo. O kaya yun ang nung umalis na siya, naalala ko, walang lock. Tinawag ko ulit. Sabi ko, ito, lagyan mo ito ng lock kasi madaing ngayon na nagnanakaw ng mga bike.
Sinanay, tinatanong ko, sige, kunin mo na. Pinako sa akin isa. Sige, uwi mo na. Tuwan-tuwa na. Maraming salamat po, Nay.
Fed did not expect that the video of her good deed would go viral. She said she just wanted to help ease Tatay's difficult ordeal of walking across cities to sell candies.
So sabi ko, sa konting halaga, yung bang pagod ni Tatay na from Villamor to Makati, yan na-feel ko yung hirap niya. Kaya sabi ko, ibigay ko na lang.
Despite the ongoing threat of the coronavirus, Tatay Carlos has no fears regarding his health.
Kung talaga kukunin ka, okay na. Itong tanda ko nito, ganyan na. Malakas pa rin ako.
For News 5, Laila Pangilinan, We Are One News.
Some local governments have allowed tricycles to operate again under the General Community Quarantine and Modified GCQ. This may be good news for them, but the DILG clarifies that they should never step out onto national highways. Interior Undersecretary Jonathan Malaya pointed out that even before the quarantine period, these vehicles were banned from national roads. Malaya explained that what was suspended during the global health crisis were the road clearing operations. And tricycles and pedicabs have never been allowed on national highways. LGUs, meanwhile, have the authority to regulate their routes along secondary roads. Davao International Airport is set to resume local and international flights this coming Monday, June 8th. Let's check out the situation over there with Jem Avancenia. She's reporting to us live from Davao City. Jem, how are airport authorities preparing for this?
Charles, as we can see here at the departure area, the Epidemic Protection System or the EPS were installed so that the departing passengers could be screened before going into the terminal. Visual marks are placed also so that the public will be reminded about social distancing. There are also improvised shields at every check-in counter. CAAP Davao Manager Rex Obsena said the local government of Davao City asked them to delay the reopening of the airport to resolve some concerns. In a virtual presser, Obsena said one of the issues the LGU cited is the problem on transportation. Davao City Mayor Sara Duterte earlier said the city is having difficulties in augmenting bus trips to the airport as neighboring LGUs have placed travel restrictions against Davao City. Sara said some travelers might be stranded in Davao City as bus trips are very limited. Leandro Varquez of CAAP Davao told us this morning they will be limiting flights per week that could be run by each airline as proposed by the city government. Because of this, flights between Davao and Manila are scheduled MWF. Tuesdays and Thursdays are for Davao Cebu flights, while Davao Clark services are scheduled every Saturday. Varquez also said that the LGU requested to require outbound passengers to present negative RDT result before checking in. Charles, Davao City government is also planning to install an RDT laboratory for outbound passengers so that they could easily get documents required for their travel. Charles?
All right, Jen, thanks for that. I understand that the Davao Airport authorities have their own health screening processes over there for arriving OFWs via sweeper flights. Are they observing the same process now for passengers for domestic flights?
Yes, Charles, the incoming passengers should undergo an RDT, and if ever na bumagsak nga sila doon sa health screening dito sa Davao International Airport, ay agad sila dadalhin sa Southern Philippines Medical Center for retesting and isolation. Charles?
Right, Jen, talking about the president now, hanggang kailan ang Pangulo dyan? Meron ba tayong info if or when siya babalik ng Malacanang?
Charles, according kay Presidential Spokesperson Harry Roque, ay mas matatagalan yung pagstay ni Pangulong Rodrigo Duterte dito sa Davao City. Pero as to the exact date kung kailan siya babalik ng Manila ay wala pang official announcement ang Malacanang. Charles?
All right, thanks for that. Gemma Vansenia reporting live from Davao City. President Rodrigo Duterte addressed the nation earlier today on the government's response to the ongoing health crisis. In his recorded speech in Davao City, Duterte expressed dismay over the delay in the compensation of health workers and ordered Health Chief Francisco Duque III to form a new committee to handle the matter. The chief executive also warned the public against scammers who take advantage of the pandemic to victimize buyers. The president particularly mentioned those selling face masks online. Moreover, Duterte reiterated that physical classes will not resume until a vaccine becomes available. The president said he's concerned about whether blended learning can be rolled out throughout the country. He noted, however, that the Education Department may consider the idea if it has enough resources. The Bayanihan Act expires today, and with lawmakers failing to pass the Bayanihan 2 bill, the focus now shifts to the government's cash aid. Senator Lacson believes that the financial grants can still continue, but the amount that beneficiaries will be getting would depend on the executive. And as there's no longer a legal mandate for the government to hand out a specific amount, Lacson says the president could always realign the budget to fund out the doles.
At sinasabi doon, basta within the executive branch, pwede mag-realign ang Pangulo na gagamitin niya yung savings. At ang pag-aalay niya, pupuntahan ng budget, merong item dapat may bahay. Kung wala, hindi. So maski hindi namin bigyan yon, inherent na yon sa Pangulo dahil pinapayagan naman siya ng saligang batas na mag-realign.
Basilan Representative Mujib Hataman said there are many inconsistencies in the anti-terror bill. On One News's The Chiefs, Hataman said among these inconsistencies is the removal of the fine for those who will commit wrongful arrests, despite the measure having more stringent procedures to gather evidence.
Kung ang problema natin ay ebidensya, bakit tayo matatakot na magkamali pa? Binigyan tayo ng kapangyarihan na mag-surveillance, bakit tatanggalin natin yung protection clause na kung magkamali ka ng pag-aresto, magbabayad ka ng 500,000 kada araw?
And for Senator Bato de la Rosa, only terrorists should be afraid of the bill. Speaking on 1PH's Sa Totoo Lang, De La Rosa said critics or those expressing dissent against the administration will not be classified as terrorists.
Yan ang problema kasi yung mga ayaw, yung nag-uupos sa bill na ito ay nagkakalat ng disinformation sa ating mga kababayan, lalo na yung mga bata, yung mga kabataan, na sinasabihan nila na magsabi ka lang ng masama against sa gobyerno or against kay presidente, pwede kang hulihin. Wala po yun. Pananakot lang nila yun.
For more updates, follow News 5, The Philippine Star, and Business World Online. I'm Charles Lejano. We are One News.